let's start with the rotation. You know, Kyler, forget what you thought about Reds pitching and how easy it is to pitch a Great American Ballpark. Yes, it's early in the year and that ball really isn't flying like it does in summer, but this starting rotation is quietly turning into one of the most dangerous in the National League.
Yeah, and Lodolo's curveball, dude, it's just untouchable this year. I even saw some stuff today about Hunter Greene's slider, like how many strikeouts. It's just been insane. He's tunneling with the heater. Cole Reagan's might be Cy Young sleeper. Let's just wait on it. Oh, maybe not. Sorry. That's Brady Singer. That's our guy now, and he's dealing as well.
Yeah, the Red starters as a whole, Kyler, they combined for a sub 3.70 ERA this month and a top 10 K rate in all of baseball. And on Hunter's slider specifically, I saw as the only qualified pitch in Major League Baseball to be thrown over 100 times in this season and still yet to give up a hit. It has been one of the best pitches in baseball, but he's not the only one. It's not the only thing going well.
Yeah. There's more ground balls, fewer barrels. If you look at the xERA and the FIP, this isn't a fluke. This staff is pitching like it's October, and it's just been incredible to watch.
We definitely need it, especially as our offense has been anemic, and we will be talking about that later. But let's start with Hunter Greene, Kyler. He's the leader of this rotation, really the leader of this team. He's got a 1.31 ERA so far this season. It might be sub 1 ERA, actually, I think at this point. I mean, like, what, 0.98 maybe? It's something like that. It's an insane year he's having so far. Just under 20 innings.
One since, I think last year, if they counted since last September. Yeah, something like that was what they put out with stats.
I think you're right. I think it's, 3 runs over 20 and 2/3 innings this year so far. He's been incredible. And 2 of those runs was that home run on opening day that barely cleared the fence. But his dominance, Kyler, is farther highlighted. 23 strikeouts against 3 walks, and his opponents are batting only 139 against him.
Yeah, those are Cy Young numbers. He has been incredible. I'm just glad to be able to watch him go out there, just doing incredible things. Fastball, I think he's hit over 100, the most out of any pitcher in the MLB this year so far. And then I saw the slider stat that you also dropped. Those are insane numbers for a pitcher.
I know for a fact that he's averaging the highest fastball velocity of any starting pitcher this season. It's like 99.2 or something. It's insane. And then what's funny is I saw today they updated the odds. He's still behind the race on the Cy Young to Paul Skeens. I don't know what they've seen from Paul Skeens this year, but I've not seen it out of Hunter Greene. And what I mean that is I mean that in a good way, Kyler. Hunter Greene's been dominant. Skeens has struggled at times. And
no, I agree.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of hype behind Skeens too.
Yeah.
Just because of the awards last year. And I mean, he's a big name, but I agree with you. Greene has just been insane this season.
It's been incredible and really right up his tail. And of course, giving up 2 runs and 4 1/3 this today, I think was the final line for Nick Lodolo. Or 4 runs and 4 1/3. 2 2-run home runs from the same guy doesn't give you any favors. But before this game, when we calculated these stats, Lodolo right behind him, Kyler, boasting 0.96 ERA, 0.7 WHIP across 18 and 2/3. He's had really awesome control, only walking 1 hitter, which has been a huge issue for Nick Lodolo at times, while only striking out 8 batters, though.
Yeah, he's getting the ball in play a lot. We kind of talked about it, I think, in a past episode, that he's been very crafty, not really putting up big strikeout numbers, but he's getting the ball in play, weak contact, infield's making outs, outfield's making outs, and just getting in and out of innings. So that's what you need, though. You don't need a guy up there to throw all strikeouts. We just need to get through innings without giving up runs and win games.
It's just so different than the Nick Lodolo that I'm used to, I guess. I'm used to the dominant, big, old sweeping curveball but when I say I'm used to that, Kyler, I mean I'm used to rookie year Nick Lodolo. And if you look back the last few years, maybe it just wasn't working for him. I mean, he was really struggling at times last year and especially the year before. I know he wasn't really healthy. He had blister issues and stuff. But looking back, maybe this is what we need, and maybe this is who he is most successful as.
Yeah. Just if getting the ball in play, just weak contact, getting the outs. I mean, obviously you want someone up to go out there and just strike everybody out. I mean, that's like a perfect story for you, but you can still be dominant, just not giving up runs and winning games. You know what I mean?
No, I totally agree. And, let's look at some of the Reds' other pitchers, Nick Martinez is known, of course, as a guy that's just getting outs and fighting. And he's not a guy we're talking about here just because he has had a tough start to the season. So we're talking about, the three-headed monster that is the Reds rotation. But look at the other guy in Brady Singer. I think I talked about on the Mariners series preview yesterday. I guess it got released this morning, Kyler. We have a three-headed monster in this rotation. It is absolutely incredible. And Brady Singer brings up the rear of that from the 4 spot in the rotation. He's undefeated, Kyler, 3-0 record, and he's looking pretty solid so far.
I still stand by that Singer should be second. I think when we get our projections, I had Greene, Singer, I think it was Lodolo, Martinez.
I thought you threw Lodolo down to the 4 spot. I thought you were. I remember. I thought you were.
Maybe I did.
Lodolo. Yeah.
Maybe I did, but I mean, if I could re-go back, it would be Greene, Singer, Lodolo, in my opinion. But I'm so with you with the three-headed monster. Like, it feels good to have like a pitching rotation that's just dominant. Like, they go out there and you're only giving up maybe 1 or 2 or no runs. And they've lost some games because of the offense not putting it together. And there's some of those dominant pitching outings where we lost 0-1 to the Rangers was twice. And I was like, dude, those are games you can't lose. Like, just pitching has just been dominant this season.
100%. And then there are games too, you look back and the pitching keeps you in it the whole time. Like you said, you never get the offense going, or you have games where pitching blows up. I think there was a game the Reds were up 6-1 at one point with the Giants to go for the sweep. Those happen, man. But also the offense didn't score past the 3rd inning in that game. So or past the 5th. You can't get mad at pitching on that the whole way. You should never.
Right.
The pitching has been incredible and they've been carrying their part of it. The offense definitely needs to step up, and we're going to talk about how, hopefully we ignite this Reds offense. Kyler, I don't want to forget about Andrew Abbott, though. Of course, Andrew Abbott had his season debut. There was a lot of speculation about Andrew Abbott, and let me pause, I guess. I'm not positive that Rhett Lauder will see the mound this year. And what I mean is there's been no update about Rhett Lauder and his injury status since the season started. So that whole kind of thought process of Lauder versus Abbott, I guess that was kind of a non sequitur and a non-starter, and I guess that just really didn't matter.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. It doesn't seem like there was even really a possibility of Lauder coming in. But like you said, I haven't seen much news on it. There might be things that we don't know. But yeah, there's no coverage on it. It seems like Abbott just got brought up and is filling that 5th role or that 5th rotation spot. So I don't know. I don't know if I would say not this year, but I don't know. There is no news, so who knows?
Abbott's taking advantage of it, though. He struggled a little bit in AAA and in his rehab starts, but he came up and he pitched really well, Kyler. 5 innings, 1 run, struck out 5, and he looks ready to contribute. And I got to be honest, first of all, I'll take that all day, every day from your 5th starter. All day, every day. 5 innings, 1 run. Yeah. But even if it's 5 innings, 2 runs, 5 innings, 3 runs back to back, and that's what you want, man. I'm not looking for Abbott to be an ace. I don't think he's ever going to be that. But I need him to eat innings. And this rotation, going back to the three-headed monster thing, it reminds me of the 2020 Reds, where you had Trevor Bauer, you had Tyler Mahle, and you had Luis Castillo taking the mound in 20. And you knew those first 3 games of the series, you knew it was going to be just absolutely dominant baseball. And Hunter Greene's pitching a lot like Bauer did that year when he won the Cy Young, where you knew the other team just probably wasn't going to score. It's kind of insane what he's doing. So overall, man, the staff's been absolutely solid.
Right. And obviously that might not be the case for the entire year, but it is young, or it's early in the season. But I mean, it's exciting, dude. It gets me fired up like you said, when those 3 go out, like it's going to be a pitching battle. And if our offense can get hot, we're winning that game. I feel like I could put 99% of my confidence into that game. If Greene's out there and we can get at least 1 or 2 runs, I'm pretty confident we're winning that game.
No, I am too. You're entirely right. Greene's out there. You put 1 on the board. I mean, we got a shot. That's
sure.
Our bullpen has been nails too, Kyler. Santion's been solid. I think he's gone 9 1/3, 9 2/3, giving up 1 run this year. All the crap about Ian Jabot, I talked about this on the series preview this morning. As much crap as I gave Ian Jabot, he stepped up and he sat there on opening day and did his presser. And he said, everybody did their job and I didn't do mine. You could tell he had a fire lit underneath him. He has not given up a run since opening day, and he has been absolutely nails for the Reds. Wilson's been great. Barlow's been a little tough, man, but even that's not been terrible. It's just not been great. Pagan's been really impressive.
Tito likes Pagan too.
Yeah, Tito loves Pagan. You can tell. And he likes Pagan so much that Pagan might stay the closer.
Yeah, I saw a quote actually today. I think I texted it to you too. Tito stated this was about Diaz, that he will not be the set closer. Tito is happy with Pagan and will pitch Diaz when it makes sense. So kind of like how we talked about it, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, that it seems like the closing role this year is going to kind of be how the matchup is, lefty versus righty, vice versa, whatever, or whoever's just looking good or feeling good. It doesn't seem like Diaz has that locked closer spot like he used to.
I just realized I said Wilson. I meant Taylor Rogers. But yeah, no, Diaz is not walking into his role. And I'll tell you, I don't think his rehab stint helped with anything, Kyler. I don't think he inspired hope. And Tito doesn't really sound confident. Actually, I turned off the game so we could do this podcast, but I heard he was coming in the 6th. So hopefully he hasn't blown up the whole game. And, we'll see it after we end this podcast, what that looks like. If he does blow up the game, and if the bullpen and the rotation can't be as good as they need to be, though, Kyler, we can talk about, as the pitching's been so good, the hitting's really not. So we talk about, this is such, we're looking at a big red machine, the big red pitching machine. Before we jump into the hitting as a overall, like how we can improve it, let's just talk stock up and stock down.